Hey everyone, throughout the story regarding the effort to build a new stadium for the Raiders in Oakland, the narrative has been that the City of Oakland and the County of Alameda have done nothing and have argued among themselves. But documents that I present to you as part of this video blog and also at the Oakland Post, and also I've called Channel 7 KGO San Francisco to alert them because we have a great relationship, reveal that the fact is that since January, the City of Oakland and the County of Alameda have been working on a plan to build a stadium in Oakland. Indeed, the concept for this plan extends back to December of last year and was called the Coliseum Development Raiders/A/Tech. So the idea that it was that a tech campus would be part of this development. The meat of the 62 pages of documents that are presented in the link below and on the blog posts show emails between Oakland Assistant City Administrator Claudia Cappio and Oakland Raiders Vice President and Stadium Point Person Larry McNeil that extend as far back as March, and emails between the County of Alameda and the City of Oakland and engineering organizations, particularly one engineering organization in the Bay Area that's been involved in the infrastructure planning for Coliseum City for several years, and also with Kaiser Marston starting as far back as January, but referring to a type of development plan that was originally formed last year. Now, the meat of the emails between Ms. Cappio, and Mr. McNeil extend from March all the way to September 21st. And many of them have discussions that are focused on extreme details. For example, in one of the emails, Mr. McNeil asked questions regarding the costs of planning fees and impact fees with respect to the stadium development. And in another email, when he's getting the new numbers regarding the revised infrastructure costs and related impact and planning fees, he asked for Claudia's help in building a spreadsheet to properly present the numbers. There are so many instances of communications between Mr. McNeil and Ms. Cappio that no one can say the City of Oakland has not been working with the Oakland Raiders. The last email refers to Mr. McNeil's question regarding what he read in, quote, the newspaper, unquote, was Ronnie Lott's intent to buy the land for $167.3 million. That news was actually misreported as related to Ronnie Lott. It was actually, as we now know, if you followed the story closely, Egbert Perry's letter of intent having excluded Ronnie Lott from that. Now, Mr. Perry is not publicly involved in the Oakland Raiders stadium planning at all. But back to the main point. All of these contacts, all of these meetings, in fact, some of the emails refer to plans to get together in person, show that during the time that Mark Davis was at and Mark Bedane was attending the meetings of the Southern Nevada Tourism and Infrastructure Committee between April and September, during that exact same time, Larry McNeil was working with the City of Oakland, proving that the Oakland Raiders had been working on a simultaneous dual track. But because the City of Oakland has had infrastructure plans in place that were originally created by Fred Blackwell, when he was the city administrator, he left in 2014, the City of Oakland and the County of Alameda are approximately 2 years ahead of where Las Vegas is in terms of total stadium planning. they, and I say they meaning the East Bay entities and the Raiders, have talked about such matters as, for example, the cost to demolish the Oakland Coliseum. And also with Pat Cashman, the Alameda County consultant and point person on this project from a stadium construction and infrastructure point of view, have discussed what he called the thorny issue of infrastructure, of doing infrastructure upgrades and changes and repairs and installations while sports activity was going on. So, and that email exchange occurred earlier this year, in January, even before McNeil came on. But these are exchanges that McNeil later became privy to and knowledgeable about when he came on to work with the Raiders. In fact, since McNeil started really April 1st, the fact of the matter is that McNeil started his conversations with Claudia Cappio before he officially started with the Oakland Raiders. So he was already told to establish a relationship with the city's point person and Claudia and work with her, not just to gather information, but also to form a plan, and then also a cost study, which led to asking for bids from different construction organizations around the Bay Area and California nationally to produce a new cost plan for a stadium at the Oakland Coliseum site for the Raiders. This is far along, much further along than anyone has known except this handful of people to this date. Meanwhile, the mainstream media has engaged in a lot of misinformation. Bay Area organizations, media organizations, some of them, not all of them, but some of them, have had reporters that have actively blasted the city of Oakland for doing nothing. Those same reporters and columnists have done nothing to try and alter that point of view. They've simply, in some cases, trumpeted what the Raiders owner told them. And that was it. And they did so to maintain access to their team, to maintain a good relationship with the owner. But that effort has shielded the truth, much as a large umbrella would shield a small child from a rainstorm of truth. So the bottom line is that the truth is that the Raiders have been actively planning for construction of a new stadium in Oakland at the Coliseum, and that work continues to this day. Stay tuned for updates. I have a lot of them.